Can you turn me up?
I did, but I wanna get to it's totally different than when we did it before. My volume is
Mhm.
all the way up. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine, and I'm also on my headset, so it makes a difference. Do you have
Yeah,
your
I can't plug my headset into my phone.
do you have your
Um,
buds?
mm-mm. I just
Oh,
ordered
okay.
them from Temu. I don't have any other ones.
Okay.
Um, Hang on, let me check something. Say something?
Technical difficulties, folks out there. Hello, hello, hello. You
Oh my
might
god,
have
we're
seen
live?
me on you might have seen me for 2 whole minutes trying to figure out how to get Deanna in
Hello?
here. It didn't work, but whatever. So just bear with us, guys. Whew. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. I'm going to hang out here. How is everybody doing today? Hi, everyone. How are you doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. Mm, I'm going to see something real quick. Seriously, technical difficulties today, guys. Bear with us. Okay. I think that got it. Anyway, there we go. And we're back. Hi, beautiful. Nope. Thinking about it. It's okay. It's okay. There we go. That's groovy. Perfect. All right. You're frozen. I don't even know if you can hear me, but that's okay. I'll wait for you to figure it out. There we go. Add to stage. Trying it again. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Can you hear me, sweetie?
Yes, hello. One
You
more
keep
time for the win,
freezing.
I said. Yes, yes.
Yeah, third time's
So,
charm as always. You know this.
yeah,
Okay. I gotta
yeah.
figure out what I did wrong on the other one because I know I did it through YouTube last time, and I
We'll
gotta
figure it all out. We're gonna be
figure
doing
that
this
out.
we'll be doing this the first Monday of every month, so we got lots of times to practice.
You know what I
Um,
said to myself, Deanna, as I was trying to figure it out, as I had you on the phone or right before I called you, I was like, "This is what happens when we don't use it. See what happens? We miss one freaking month, and I
yep.
already don't know how to do stuff."
Well, we're gonna get lots of practice. So hello to everybody out there watching us, whether you're watching us live or whether you are watching us on replay. Either way is fine. We love it when you say hi. I cannot see the comments. So Ronnie, you're gonna have to be our comment moderator
Gotcha.
because every time I push the button, I kick myself off. So I'm not doing that.
Okay, perfect. And I think the reason that we didn't want to do this one was because there's a lag time.
Mhm.
Ooh, look, I just realized I can also click this that says show.
You should be able to see YouTube also and StreamYard. So folks, we're using StreamYard. If anybody has a better way of getting us on, share it with us because we're always looking to do a
We're
better
just gonna
job.
use YouTube next time, and I gotta find the link. I think I couldn't find it, and I think, you know how I get when I get behind and late and frustrated, I can't do anything. I
It's
kinda
all
get in
good.
shutdown, so I
So we're
will
here
get better and
now.
find the link.
Yes, but we're here
Hi.
now.
We didn't even really have, you and I, we didn't even really have any time to talk and prep and all the things.
No, we're
Guys,
just gonna do it.
I was going to say hello, everyone out there. Welcome to our third live. Hi, guys. Deanna, thanks for being here with me. Whoo, child.
Hey, you
How's
know
your
what?
Monday going?
Good. It's been a Monday. What can I say? The
Been a
sun was
Monday.
out today. That's the important thing.
Okay, well, we had no sun here. I don't know what the heck
Um,
was up with this weather. I mean, zero sun. It's so weird.
oh, that is weird because I'm up here in the frozen tundra where it could snow any minute still. In fact, we're getting some snow either tomorrow or the next day. So,
Yeah.
woo. But right now, sun is shining. Might be
Oh, well,
30 degrees out, but the sun is shining.
nice. Oh, so I don't know what's been on your mind. What's kind of been happening over there in your world as far as like, on your mind and what's going on? I will tell you over here in mine is just, I feel like everything points to more and different levels of surrendering, just more of the let go
Mm-hmm.
and just being where, not just the allowing factor, but also being okay with what is. What does that say?
That's the Hierophant card. Because
Okay.
that fell out when you said you were talking about surrender. So that's telling me that it's because you're learning some lessons and you've got some lessons to learn. How
Oh,
exciting is
gee,
that?
me? No, not at
Oh,
all.
we all have lessons, right? Somebody says that I know that the definition of being a master is understanding, knowing that you're not done learning.
Oh,
People
yeah.
who say they're done learning, nowhere, nowhere
I
near
think
it.
I think I saw this somewhere. I'm not sure. I may have even reposted it. But anyway, the only difference between a master and a student is the master has failed more times than the student has tried yet.
I like that. I like that. Makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
we can't have success if we don't understand failure. You know,
Nope.
because if everything always goes the way you want it to and everything always is a win, then you don't learn how to lose. You don't learn how to lose with grace. You don't learn how to learn.
And you
So,
know what? The other one that keeps coming up lately is perseverance. You don't learn resiliency and how to persevere.
mhm.
And
Yeah, I mean, it totally. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
it's okay. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, all the things that we look at that we think are like negative or bad or anything like that, it's really just an opportunity to learn. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's things going on in all of our lives that aren't great, and there's things going on in all of our lives that are great. And we take the ones that are great with gratitude, and we take the ones that aren't great with gratitude because they teach us how to appreciate what we have and maybe teach us how to do better next time.
Exactly. Exactly. All about the
Mhm.
learns, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's literally where I've been lately, is all about the learns.
Well,
Again.
I have
And
been out on a healing journey.
mm,
And I will say that I got last week 2 phenomenal healings. So this is a shout out to my Rochester people up here in New York, if you're listening. My friend Sheila did an amazing healing on me, and I recommend her 100,000%. And my friend Heidi did a sound healing that was just amazing, like out of body somewhere else. And there were, I think, 3 of us getting the healing at the same time while she did the music. And I will tell you, amazing. So I'd
mm,
like to put links in the show notes for both of them because I think that if you're up here near me, frozen tundra of Rochester, New York, um, those are 2 places that I strongly encourage you to find some healing. 2 people that are just phenomenal at what they do. And I'm a healer, you know, and I don't go for healings very often because I like to heal other people. But something that I think a lot of us forget is that if we don't take care of ourselves, we're not going to be able to take care of others. And it's the same thing I say all the time. You put the oxygen on yourself first when you're on the airplane. My cat Monet is coming to visit us, so she's climbing on me right now. If you see her, that's why, and you'll hear her. So yeah, it was last week I did a lot of work on myself. Sometimes things go on in your life and you start wondering, well, oh my God, how am I ever going to get through this? Or how am I going to deal with this? Whether it's a loss, whether it's a severing, whether it's just a change of any kind. And it's important to remember to really take care of yourself. So I did that and it helped. So shout out to Sheila and Heidi for helping me through that.
Well, I think it's what we always say when the healers need healing. There's
Yeah.
a lot of times that, yes, because I was just talking to somebody the other day about this. I don't remember who I was talking to, but it was really a cool conversation because we were talking, I don't know, I guess they had said something and I said, well, you have to remember that we can only heal to the level in which we are healed ourselves.
That's a good one.
And so if we haven't healed that within ourselves and gotten through that ourselves, then how can we really hold space, show up, and walk somebody else through that?
Yeah. Right. I
You
mean,
know,
there's something to be said for healing together.
oh
But
gosh, and then there's that.
yeah.
Whew. Whew, girls, so much togetherness right now. That's another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Call, do me a solid and take your finger, put it on your device, and call in Zadkiel. We're going to ask Zadkiel, Zadkiel, to stabilize your technology because I'm calling him from my side. Maybe he needs you to ask him too because your technology keeps freezing.
I keep freezing? Oh.
Or maybe it's me. But we're just going to ask Zadkiel.
Okay.
To stabilize, and thank you, friend. There we go. Because, geez Louise, that's annoying.
Okay. So I can't see if we have anybody on. I don't know if
Not
anybody
yet.
is here with us.
Not yet.
Hey, it's all good. I thought I would talk a little bit about tarot cards and maybe share some of my tarot journey because we talk a lot, but I haven't really talked much about what I do with tarot. I mean, we've talked about it in the fact that I do it, but
Yeah, that's okay. Go right ahead.
So I started using oracle cards. Oh wow, 20 plus years ago, and I used Froude's fairy cards, which I don't know if you've ever seen them. The images are beautiful and powerful, and I got pretty good at it. And I've said before, I was part of an online psychic community where we did a lot of it, all free. We weren't those 1-800 psychic people that you had to pay, but I did a lot to learn and to come up that way, but I never thought I'd ever be able to do tarot cards because there's so many pictures and so many meanings and arcana and swords and hearts and wands and pentacles and what is what. And I was just like, it's never going to happen. And I took classes and I still thought, they're writing down lists of what every card means. Am I supposed to remember all of this? Because I'm getting older. But I really wanted to be able to do something like, you know how when you get that urge, that call that says you've got more to do, you've got to do something more. You have to take that step. And so I got that. And I bought a deck of cards. This is my deck that I learned on. And I don't know how well you can see, but it's got all these words and descriptions and pictures and all kinds of reference material right on the card. And I thought, well, good. If I forget, I can just look at the card. Except that it didn't happen that way because when I started with them, they started telling me it doesn't matter what's written on the card. It doesn't matter what the card means. All that matters is what it provokes in you. What feeling do you get? What message do you hear? What do you feel like you need to say? And once I realized that I could just listen and not have to try to control what was going on, then all of a sudden the tarot cards just took off. And so probably 3 or 4 years now, I've been doing that a lot. And I'm out locally. My local friends know because I'm always posting it on Facebook that I am the tarot reader in residence at our local haunted bar, which is so much fun, called the Union Tavern. Shout out to Amy and Kelly and everybody there. And I do it in events and parties and, you know, wherever there's a need for a tarot card reader and I'm around to say, hey, I'll do it for you. That's what I do. So usually my readings are 15 minutes long or 30 minutes long, depending on what people want. I do them online. So if anyone's listening and they're interested in getting a virtual tarot card reading, you can go on my website, The Spirited Soul, which we'll have in the show notes, and you can sign up. Now, the readings tonight are free. The other ones, they cost a little bit of money, but you're going to find that they don't cost as much as you think. So I'm going to leave it at that because I'm not going to talk too much about money here. But I find that it really helps. And I like to teach people how to read tarot cards or how to work with their tarot cards. And one of the first things that I tell people who ask is you got to get to know your cards. So there's a lot of, I don't know if it's superstition is the right word, but there's a lot of things that people will say, oh, you know, your first deck of cards has to be gifted to you, or, oh, you know, nobody's allowed to touch your cards but you. And for some people, that's totally fine. If that's how it sits with you, then that's the right thing for you. Me personally, I buy my own cards because honestly, well, let me go back. My kids give me decks of cards as gifts now, and I freaking love it. But most of the time I'm going to pick out because I want to make sure it's something that I vibe with, right? And as far as other people touching my cards, it doesn't usually bother me. There are some people that have a vibe that doesn't really sit well. But for the most part, it doesn't matter if people touch them. For me, for you, or anyone else out there, it might mean something. But you have to kind of get to know your cards, and they have to get to know you. It's like when you're making a new friend and you meet somebody and they're a new friend. I recently made a new friend, and she and I are texting all the time right now because we're getting to know each other. We're friends. And so you got to make friends with your deck. So I tell people, keep them with you all the time. Put them under your pillow, sleep with them. Put them, if you carry a purse, put them in your purse. If you got a pocket, they'll fit in, put them in your pocket. If nothing else, bring them in your car when you go out and run errands. Make them a friend and a companion. And you start to get this feeling of connection with them. And you look at them every day and you think about, well, what does this picture mean to me? What does this picture mean to me? You know, how do I feel about this? If it's right side up, how do I feel about it if it's upside down? And you start to make that connection. And no, it's not the literal cards talking to you. It's your guides and the spirits that have come to work with you to help you be able to use the cards in a way that's therapeutic for other people. And some people will say, well, they're tools. They're not. They're just tools. And the answer is, yeah, you're right. They are tools. Just like a pendulum is a tool, or divining rods are a tool, or, you know, fill in the blank with your crystals or whatever forms of divination that people like to do. Can you read tarot cards without having tarot cards? Sure you can, because all we're doing is listening to spirit. But these give you a touch point, right? They give you an idea of somewhere to go. And sometimes it really helps to narrow things down. So there's times when I've done like mediumship and tarot combined, and the cards will be helping me to focus in on whatever I'm having trouble catching on the mediumship level, if that makes sense. So that's what I do. And we thought it would be fun to do live tarot card readings. And so here we are. And I'm hoping people will come and join in and ask for some readings. And if you do, it's freaking awesome. And if you don't, you can do it next time, or you can reach out to me. So that's my story, and I'm sticking with it, Ronnie.
And it's a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do have a cat and a dog. I have a dog in my lap, and I have a cat right next to me, because when I pull these out, when I start they show up. They both tend to show up. They show up a lot anyways, but they're a lot closer because normally they aren't sitting right next to each other, but the cards are out. The vibe is there. So, yeah. So that's what I do. And so we thought it would be fun to do some live tarot readings. So here we are. And I can't tell if anyone is watching or not, but if you are, you throw a question in there and I'll
We
answer
don't
it if
have
you're on the
any
live.
views at this point in time,
Oh
according
my goodness.
to yeah,
Oh
and
my goodness.
that's okay.
That's okay because Ronnie,
It's
if you want me
also
to
a
do a
Monday.
reading for you, I can do a reading for you.
Sure, why
Yeah.
not?
All
Let's
right.
do it. You can
Let's
tell
do
me
it.
you can tell me all the beautiful things that are coming into my life because I know some great things are happening.
There are always great things. Now, something that I will say is if you go to a tarot card reader and they tell you they're going to predict your future, walk away because they're lying. Because you cannot predict the future. You can predict trends and possibilities. You can predict based on what's happening now, what would happen if everything you're doing stays the same. But you can't say you're going to meet your love of your life in 3 weeks at a grocery store because the cards aren't going to tell you that. The cards are going to give you, for the way I do them, which is intuitively, they're going to give you insight. They will give you little nudges. Hey, this is lined up for you, or this is a really good possibility. But all of the choices that you make on a daily basis, which are thousands and thousands, are going to affect your future. And the butterfly effect is real. So we'll see what the cards have to say for right now, right this minute. How does that sound?
Let's do
All
it.
right. All right. Here we go. Now, I'm also very non-traditional in the fact that I also can't remember not only what all the cards mean in the books, but I also don't remember how to do spreads. So I just pull cards and tell stories. All right, Ronnie, I'm going to divide the cards into 3 piles, and your higher self is going to pick pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. And whichever one you pick will be our first card, and then we'll just pull cards to tell the story. So what would you like, 1, 2, or 3?
2.
All right, here we go. What do we have? Oh, we have the Fool reversed. Okay, so let's look at the Fool right side up, and we can see that he's got his eyes closed, he's free, and he's about to step off a cliff into an ocean, and he doesn't care. And the reason he doesn't care is because he has trust and faith. He is the first card in the tarot. He is the starting out of a journey. So when we're pulling him, we're going to think about you are on a journey, which is really interesting because we pulled the Hierophant for you not too long ago, and that one's all about learning and changes and stuff. So we have the Fool. So we have you setting off on a journey, but we have you upside down, right? So what we're going to think about here is maybe you've got yourself blocked a little bit. Maybe you're putting up the barriers that are slowing you down. Maybe there's something that we can talk about that might come up that might help you bring some of those barriers down, or might help you let go of the self-limiting beliefs. Let's pick another card. And here, ooh, look at this. He's navigating with the wands or the sticks, whatever you want to call them. I tend to call them sticks because in this deck they are. And if you notice, and if you can see, they each have new leaves on them, right? So the wands or the sticks are always, in my interpretations, something new coming, something new and exciting. But what he's doing is he's got to navigate his way through them. Now he's almost through. None of them are bigger than he is. And he's using some of the new things. He's using one of the sticks to keep his balance as he walks through. So what this is telling me is that while you're kind of getting ready for these new things to come in, while you're starting to get excited and start a new journey, you're still a little bit nervous about all the new things, but there's so many out there. Just like you said, let's do a reading about all the great things that are coming. The cards just gave you a ton of them. And sometimes it's a matter of choice, but sometimes it's a matter of walking the path to get through them to figure out which one you really want. And we have the Ace of Swords reversed. So anytime we see an ace card, we're going to think that it's a gift from the universe. And when we have the swords, the cards are gendered. So I speak in terms of male and female. Obviously, you take them as they resonate for you. But the sword is the stereotypical male symbol. Not only is it a phallic symbol, but it's also, if you take stereotypical masculine ways. So we're looking at thinking from the head and not from the heart. We're thinking about being analytical, being planning, being able to make these decisions with thinking more than with heart. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And when we see it upside down, when we see it upside down, then we're thinking that maybe we are not using our head as much as our heart, which means there may be an imbalance there, which means that you may be, I don't know if you can see my cat twirling next to me. She's chasing my
Not
hand.
just see, but also hear.
Yeah, she chases my hands. So you might be feeling that, like, here you are, there's new stuff coming, you really want to trust it, but you're a little worried about all the stuff that might be coming in, and yet you're kind of allowing your heart or your emotions or your fears to take the front lead instead of combining mind and heart. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more swords come in, particularly if the King of Swords came in. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And haha, the Hierophant again, my dear. Second time we pulled this card tonight for you. This is all about learning. He comes in upside down. It doesn't mean you're not learning. It means that you're going to get some lessons that are really going to change the way that you look at things. So listen to them. Don't automatically say that's not for me. Give it a chance to consider it, because this might be your key towards getting out of the woods, towards finding that balance and getting those new things in line and kind of getting yourself off your head and on your feet and ready to go. Okay, so challenge to your beliefs is coming too, and I love that for you. And strength. This is reminding you on those days that you don't feel that you have it, you actually do. You can calm the lion down. You know how to do this. But you got to be able to be strong for yourself. You know, tarot cards are very much about yourself. They're intuitive. They're about you. So you want to remember that you do have the inner strength that you forget that you have sometimes. And that's going to help you too as you move through the new changes. Is this making sense to you? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Wow, look at Chariot. Yes.
I
What?
was gonna say I know I think, let me put it this way, I think I know exactly what it's
Yeah.
referring to.
Things are moving really fast for you also. And you may be
Yes.
feeling a little bit that they're moving a little bit too fast. And that may be why your Fool is upside down right now, you know? So we got speed. We got speed
Yeah.
in this, okay? I love this card. I like the black and white stripes. I don't know if anyone can see it, but the black and white stripes on the lions or whatever they are right here
Mhm.
and here, because they make me think of like how nothing really is black and white. They're opposites, but they both incorporate both. So in this speed that's coming to you, let go of that. It doesn't have to be black and white all the time. I know that you're not someone who thinks as total black and white. And I know that because we have the sword upside down, we are looking at maybe not as much like that, as much as like making decisions from the heart, which is okay. I didn't mean to say you couldn't do it. I'm just saying you might be out of balance with it a little bit. But also reminding yourself that there's two sides to everything. There's a positive and a negative. And that doesn't mean anything is wrong. It just means without the balance, we can't work. I mean, we need our yin and our yang to keep going. So these kinds of lessons are coming forward for you. And they're going to be ones that are probably going to make you, or at least right now, what they're saying is they're the kind of lessons that make you question what you already know. So not a bad thing, just an opening up for you to more knowledge and more learning. Okay. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And next, ooh, I love this. The Seven of Cups. See how he's got all these cups and he's just like, look at all this beautiful stuff in every cup. Cups are what we would consider the female part of the tarot, right? The receiver, the holder. You get the nurturing and the love and all of those kind of good feelings from the heart, from your cups or your chalices. He's got so many filled with so many good things that he's awed. This is to remind you that those blessings and those things, those blessings of love, those blessings of abundance rooted in love are there for you. Okay. And if you forget, they're still there. And it's just a matter of reminding yourself, I'm on a new path. I'm going to learn some new things. Kind of nervous about it. Got to kind of get myself on solid ground and make my way through all of this. But I have so many gifts of love and abundance from the universe, more than I can imagine. And that's you I'm talking. So you have that going on too. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What do we have here? Oh, also, okay, so she's got swords, and she's got blindfolds and all kinds of stuff on her, right? So she looks pretty trapped. So not only are swords the kind of masculine energy of the tarot, they also cut through things, right? They cut through the clouds so that you can see better. If you look in this picture, there's no clouds there. Okay. In some of these cards, there's clouds. This has no clouds because the swords can cut through them. But the problem is she's got herself all tied up. You have the power, like what they told Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. You had the power to go home all along. You have the power to break the bonds that you think are holding you back. All right. Use the clear seeing that you have. The upside down swords in the other card. We're telling you, you got to use a little bit more of the analytic. You got to use a little bit more of the mind and heart need to get a little bit more balance. Bring in more of the mind and understand that you'll be able to see everything. And all of this is self-perpetuated. You really can see more than you realize. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Make sense?
That's how
Like,
it's interesting that you say that word, because whenever I see that card, that's what I think of all the time, is that you're doing it to yourself, self-perpetuating.
yeah.
Yep, self-infliction, all those words. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, I thought we get a King of Swords. We got the Queen of Swords, pretty close, right? This is talking about the potential for balance is there for you, and that you do have the ability to get yourself in balance. And this is saying, listen to your lessons, learn them, observe them, take what works, let go what doesn't. Understand that you have this amazing ability to see things from both sides. Again, we have black and white in the Chariot card. Here we have male and female together. We have female holding male, meaning that your heart guides you, but your heart also is what allows you to make your decisions in a thoughtful way rather than an impulsive way. And you have this is strong for you. And this is a card this is an attribute that's going to help you get through whatever it is. Now we have a sword right here. In one of our previous cards here, he's walking through all of these things. You can cut these down with a sword if you need to. What it means is you can use your logic to choose which of these new things are going to come to you, knowing that your intuition and all of those types of feelings are also going to be there to help you. So you're not alone. You have a lot of abundance. You have a lot of self-awareness. You're out of balance a little bit, but that's normal because all of us are. But the new things that are in your path right now are just so many. What do we have here? Mm-hmm. Again, don't forget all the abundance that you have. All right. The two kids in the snow barefoot when they're walking right by this window filled with pentacles. The pentacles are also coins, and they stand for physical abundance, wants, needs, and desires that can be somehow felt. So sometimes that's a person whose hand you hold. Sometimes that's a roof over your head. Sometimes it's money. If it was money all the time, all of us tarot card readers would be rich. So more about paying attention to where your blessings are, where you least expect them. So there is abundance for you in places that you don't expect. Always hope it's money for everybody that I do readings for, but it could also be, like I said, a roof over your head, a car, a meal, a friend, something to hold on to, a dog, a cat, whatever it is that fills your heart and makes you feel like you have what you need. That's the abundance that's in here. And it's in unexpected places for you. So you've got a whole lot going for you right now, even if you are nervous about it all starting. And maybe you can't even see yet where you're going. Maybe you still have your blindfold on. But you have stuff coming or you're lined up for things. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you this, and this is going to happen. I'm going to say in this moment, at this time, as we talk, you have aligned yourself with new things to come in. And you have the ability to accept and use those new things. New sticks grow into trees, and trees grow into big giant redwoods, or they provide us with things that we need. They provide us with maple syrup. They provide birds with homes. They provide the canopy for the rainforest. Trees, sticks grow into trees. So some things that seem small right now can grow into much bigger things. And it is scary to take the step off the cliff. But you have all those cups with all those abundant blessings in them, and more to come. More where you don't see them yet. They're there. It's not that they're coming, it's that they're there and you haven't seen them yet. So you've got a lot really working for you. So I'm going to pull one more card to kind of end this up. Oh, look at that. He's on the beach with all the swords in his back. Oh my God, it looks terrible. No, what this means is the worst is already come. You're not going to get it, and nothing's going to get worse than it is. Again, not to tell the future, but to say that in this moment, in this time, whatever situations we're talking about, the cards are saying, girl, we gotcha. It's not going to get any worse. It's at a point where it can start getting better. And the only thing that holds you back from getting better is yourself. We saw you with the blindfold on and being all tied up, and the whole kind of bringing, holding yourself back is in this reading. You can get up off the ground anytime you want. It's all up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I will leave that. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not afraid of any of the things that are coming. For me, it's just a balancing act. It's not a fear factor. It's really not. I'm super excited and stoked for some of the things that are coming. I've had, being back in Sedona, I've had some really interesting insights and ideas that I'm ready to do and want to make happen. It's just, like I said, navigating the time with my current situation. With the circumstances, I should say. Just the circumstances.
And that's enough to hold your fool back a little bit, right? It's enough to say, well, I got to get through this first. I got to take care of this first. And
yeah.
And
that's
what if I
exactly
leave
what it
too
is.
early?
Yeah, so it's just a timing, making
Always.
sure everybody's okay first.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I'm really excited. One of the things, want to hear something that I think is kind of cool that I'm going to start doing?
Yes.
Because I am back in Sedona, and you know how much I love meditation. I'm actually going to start going around Sedona and doing live meditate. Like, I'm just going to find a trailhead, or maybe not a busy one. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like. But the point is that I'm just going to show up with my yoga mat. I'm going to sit down, bring in some energy, and I'm just going to start meditating. And I'm going to start recording that, or doing a live and letting people just experience it. And that way, if people are going in or out of a hike, maybe they want to join to integrate whatever just happened with them, maybe.
That sounds wonderful.
I don't know if they will or not, and it's their choice. It's, of course, but it's just for me to kind of, being in Sedona and being so spiritual. People talk about it all the time. It really is something here for me. It's the coming back. It's a little more personal. I feel like Sedona and I have a little bit of a relationship. And it's a little more personal, and I feel like she's really speaking to me this time around, and I'm like, oh, I feel like I might be getting the message in a different way.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. It kind of reminds me of what Adam was telling us a few weeks ago when he was talking about filming the TikToks live in his car or wherever he is, to just kind of film his experiences.
Yeah.
And we're all here together. No matter what the world is trying to tell us, we're all here together. And sharing is a form of connection and a form of teaching and learning simultaneously. So I think that's awesome that you're going to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, I just wanna, like you said, just share with people, and whatever they choose to do with it is what they do, but I know it'll be good stuff, and I just wanna put more good stuff out there into the, because my goodness, the topic on everybody's mind, is not good stuff, the
No. Yeah.
politics and everything that's going on. We're just gonna leave it there with government and politics.
But what we need to do is we need to reinforce the light. We need to reinforce
Right.
the light and bring it in. And the only way we bring it in is by walking in it and by putting our focus on the healing, putting our focus on I'm not saying discount the bad things and pretend they're not there. The bad things are there. But what can we do to make them not bad? That's
Or
where our
how
mind,
can we
that's
just
where
not
we
allow
focus.
them to affect us?
Well, yes, we don't take it on ourselves, but we have
Right.
to have that compassion or that
And just
love
observe and
to
yes.
well, we also have to, I mean, I believe in service. So for me, it would be, what can we do? What am I doing to help the world right now? I'm talking to you. We're doing this. We're doing this to try to help, right?
Mhm.
I'm doing healings. I'm doing readings. I'm trying to help. You're going to do your meditations. We're trying to help. It doesn't mean that we're discounting the bad things. It means we're trying to shine so much more light on it that the bad stuff just stop.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I'm never
It's
been of
just
the mindset that we just ignore it and not think about it, right? I don't want to give it energy, but I don't want to just be ignorant to
yeah,
something that I know is there.
that's what I'm saying, is just being the true observer, noticing that it's there, paying attention that it's there, and just simply not allowing it to affect you. And then what do you want to do from that neutral standpoint? Do you, because some people are not ready to be of service. Some people are not
Oh,
ready
totally.
to,
Yeah.
and it's okay for them to just look over here and just, hey, I know that this is happening. I'm not being oblivious, and not intentionally ignoring. I'm just saying that I'm gonna leave this over here and I'm gonna focus over here because this is what I prefer to give my attention to. And that's fine. That is absolutely fine.
Telling someone that you see
People like,
them is important.
yeah. And people like you and I are like, what can we do to help? Like, how
Right.
can
Right.
that's, yeah.
And really it's the shared experiences, the light, the just trying to speak the words that we're given.
Hmm.
We're given words to speak and we have to listen for them and then we have to be brave enough to say them. And those of us that are out here trying to do it, we're trying to do it. And I'm never going to say I'm perfect. I'm not going to call myself a master. I know that I have more to learn. So if that's the definition of master, okay. But I'm always going to be a teacher and a learner at the same time because it's a cycle like everything else. And we all have so much to learn from each other.
Hmm.
And we have a lot to learn from the things that are going on around us that aren't good. What can you pull out of that? What can you pull? Can you see how not to act? Can you see, well, what triggered that? How can we fix that trigger? People are broken and sad. And that's when these negative things happen. They don't happen to people who are joyful. They don't happen to people who are living in light and living in love and, sunshine and unicorns and all that. It happens when somebody is sad or broken or hurt or angry, all those kind of what we assume are negative. um those all come from a place of pain. How can we not try to help people? How can we not? There are people that are never going to accept it, and then we
Mm.
bless them and move on. But I think it's important to acknowledge what's going on and then to find a way to, even if you can only light your corner, like the song This Little Light of Mine, that's all it takes. A birthday candle of light. That's all it takes to add more light to the collective whole and to bring that much more into our space.
Hmm. I agree.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
always I love that you always remember that song, "This Little Light of Mine." I want to remember that song more frequently because it's very cute and very fitting for a lot of things.
We sing it in church. So
Well,
we sing it in church. So yeah,
I think that's brilliant because it's very fitting.
yeah, it really is. It's important. I mean, there was all of the old lyrics. This part we don't sing in church. This I remember from Vacation Bible School when I was a kid. We used to say, hide it under a bushel. No. And we'd all scream no. And then say, I'm going to let it shine. So
Mhm.
yeah,
That's cute.
yeah.
What are you looking forward to this week? It's just Monday, darling. Oh my goodness. What are you looking forward to?
Tomorrow night I'll be out at the Union Tavern doing tarot card readings from 6 till 8. And if you're listening, you have to call and make an appointment because it fills up. I have my awesome bookstore group on Thursday. Friday, I'm going to a paranormal fun little thing out at the bookstore that is my home away from home, and the bookstore at the center of the universe, magical place. And she comes in and she's like a psychic medium. And I went a couple weeks ago and was blown away, and it was so much fun. So I'm looking forward to that Friday night.
Very good. Very
What about you? What are you looking forward to?
honestly, getting through this week and
Okay,
getting some things started. There's some
perfect.
things that we're going to get through, and I'm looking forward to getting through them and getting some other things started.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So it's a good
Yeah.
week. It is. It's a very, very interesting and good week. Very, very
Okay.
interesting. So,
Well, you know what? And I like the way you put the spin on that because it sounds like you got some things to do that you may or may not be really looking forward to, but you're going to get through it and then better things are
actually,
coming.
I am looking forward to them. That's just it
Good.
because they are check-in points with where and how we're doing.
Good. 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 Good.
And
Good.
so that's a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
However, sometimes it can be a little emotional or heightened feelings for certain people, but for me, I enjoy them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I get it. I get it. There's blessings in everything if we can find them.
Hmm.
And there's always something good that can be pulled out. Um, and I don't say that lightly because I know that there's tragedies and I know there's horrible things. And sometimes there's a greater good that's being
Hmm.
served that we don't see.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me when I tell you, I know there's a greater good being served. I'm looking forward to understanding when the time is right for me to understand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I've got stuff going on that I'm like, I don't understand why it's happening, but I'm gonna let it go. And I'm just gonna, if I can't fix the situation, I can pray. And yes, you all heard that. I do pray. I'm not a total I
Not
do
a
pray.
total heathen and Gentile? Heathen
Well,
or Gentile, rather?
I was gonna say I'm not a total heathen, but then I wondered if I am anyway. So
I kind of feel
um,
like I am. Deanna, I have a question for you before we get
yeah,
out of here for the night. Oh my gosh.
I
I know
know.
we didn't have any viewers, nobody came on. So, how about this? I have an idea. What if you pull and just kind of ask, what do people need to hear when they do watch this? What do they need to hear? And
Do
find a
that.
card that just gives something in whatever that intuition brings, and
All
let
right,
that
let's see what
bring that
happens.
forth and give that out.
Waiting for it to come out.
Yeah, well,
What do people need to hear? What does the viewer need to hear? What does the person watching this right now need to hear? Oh, didn't fall out. Thought it was going to fall out. Didn't fall out. Cards are like, well, you're getting so good at shuffling now, nothing's going to fall out. Bam. All right, we got a couple. We got 4 cards. All right.
That's why it took a minute because it has a lot of information to give.
Hanged Man. Not a bad card. People think it's terrible. Stop and think before you make a decision. Take a minute, take a breath. Don't wait too long. If you're upside down long enough, all the blood goes to your head and you pass out. That's not fun. But pay attention to the decisions you have to make. Take a little time. Don't go in willy-nilly. I love this card. This is journeys, changes, transition periods. It's a new thing coming. There's some emotion involved. That's why the water is there. Crows just flew by outside. I don't know if you heard them on here, but the crows were just really loud for a second. So crows are an omen of change. So the fact that they came on a transition card is a big deal. So things are changing. Something you got to think about for sure, but they're changing for the good. Okay. There's a lot of new things coming and there's a lot of opportunity out there. You have to look for it, but it's there. And finally, this is awesome. At the threshold of something new. He's standing between two sticks, all full of new growth. He's holding a globe in his hand and he's looking at the horizon. And it's beautiful. There's things on the horizon. All right. There's a lot to look at. There's a lot of journeys. There's a lot of things to come. It's a matter of making the time to make the decision without waiting too long, because you stay in one place. The longer you stay in one place, the longer you stay.
Well, we used to have a saying, think long, think wrong.
Yeah. Don't take too long. It's like when you take a test
second
in
guess
school.
yes. Well, that's where I got it from, is, my teaching days. But yeah, think long, you think wrong, because you're second guessing yourself too much.
Yeah. So know that when transitions come, they can be difficult and they can have a lot of emotion. But change always leads to something new, and something new can always lead to something better. So remember that. And I mean, you have the world in your hands. All you got to do is take a step through the gate. It's there for you. So I think that's a good closing message.
I do too. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Mhm.
Deanna, thank you. That was a fun
Never
meeting.
problem. This was fun. This was fun. Next time we'll have fewer technical issues at the beginning, and we'll
yes,
do more.
we
Yeah.
will. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Deanna, you ready?
Yep. As always, if you want to come on our show, you have something cool you want to talk about, something you do that is unique and awesome, send us a message. We'll reach out. We're more than willing to have you on. We love talking to people. We love getting the messages that people have out there. So remember that. Take time to tell somebody that you care about them, because they don't always know. Just take an extra minute to say, hey, you know what? I really appreciate you in my life. Just like we appreciate everybody that watches this, right? Kind of like romper room, like I always say, but tell someone that you appreciate them. Tell them from the heart. You can make a world of difference for just one person that way. And that one person is going to then make a difference. And we're going to butterfly and ripple that right out into the world. So let's do that, and let's shine the light that way. Any other way, just remember, be blessed and be blessed. Know that you're loved, and we'll be back next time. Ciao.
See you guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.